happen. You can tell the American people are going to be taking.
I think President Trump's going to do executive orders on day one to build the wall, executive orders to go back to remain in Mexico, executive orders that'll focus on no releasing migrants who come to the border. You will actually detain them. Executive orders on energy production, regulatory reform to get our economy moving. Those things we promise the American people. And then, of course, the other thing he's doing that I think is so powerful, and all his nominees have done so well in their confirmation hearings, is he is now selecting people for these key cabinet positions, all cabinet positions, who reflect the attitude that the American people voted for on November 5th. On November 5th, the American people said, we want agencies serving we the people, not being weaponized against the taxpayer, not being weaponized against the American people. That's exactly the attitude with whether...
Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey. Why this beat so cold?
We will make America proud again. If you try to kill our we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
I see you smiling. I see you smiling. I know you excited. We got a couple more hours. Woo! Shout out to the beautiful Patriots around the world, my brothers and sisters. I hope everybody is blessed, well, and healthy. And that nothing but the best is going on in all you beautiful people's life, man. One love to the human race. We are so back, y'all. I told you I went outside this morning and I seen my neighbor walking a dog, jumping up and down, doing jumping jacks. I say, what you so excited for? He say, Rick, come on now. You know why we excited. I mean, he was doing jumping jacks and the leash was in his hand and the dog was moving all around on the leash. He trying to figure out what the hell going on. He say, Rick, we are so back. I say, Tony, we back, baby. We back. Couple more hours, man. It feels like Christmas. And it's crazy because my neighbor ain't walked a dog in 3-4 years. I'm just saying now. I'm just saying. I got to throw that out there. My neighbor ain't walked that dog in 3-4 years. Be in the backyard just screaming. I said, God, leave. When Tony going to take that dog on a walk? But man, we are back, baby. It feels good, y'all. We got a bombshell announcement from Jim Jordan for day one for the Trump administration. Let's go and get into this bad boy. And I hope everybody is just feeling good, man, that you're excited. I can see y'all smiling right now, man, that 2025 is an amazing year for all of us, man. We have been spit on, dragged through the mud, man. Have had to make life decisions, you know, in this corrupt scam matrix. A lot of things that have taken place should have never taken place. You know? Just saying. Hope y'all feel me when I say that, man. A lot of things that have taken out. And I mean, we could go all the way back to 1910. All the way back. A lot of things that have taken place should have never taken place. Send everybody back a refund is my motto. Send everybody back a refund. People done worked hard, blood, sweat, and tears. Unbelievable. Send everybody back. Send them hard-working patriots back a refund. But we got a couple more hours. And big things are happening right now with the whole rally inauguration. So, man, we are ready, baby.
What is going to be different the second term? And what can we expect starting on Monday? Joining me right now, the chairman of the House Judiciary Committee, a member of the House Oversight Committee, Ohio Congressman Jim Jordan. Great to see you, Congressman.
Thank you, Brian.
So give us a sense, for those not in Washington, D.C., how this feels compared to 2017.
Everyone's behind the president. I mean, every Republican. That wasn't the case 8 years ago. You knew the bureaucracy was against him 8 years ago. You knew the Democrats and the mainstream press, but there were Republicans that weren't for him. Now all Republicans are for him, and you can feel the optimism. I walk through airports now, and you'll see someone walking the other way, and they'll look at, they give you a thumbs up, little twinkle in the eye. You can
it's
just
different,
sense
man.
It everywhere.
I told you it's different, man. I wear my Trump merch out there. I wear my MAGA hat, my MAGA shirts and hoodies all out in public, man. It's different, y'all. I'm telling you, it is different. You can feel it. People can feel it. Everybody knows it, man. I've met some amazing people out in public at the store. People that want to talk to me for an hour. I've sat in the store for hours in an aisle, in a food aisle, talking to just random people, man, that I've become close with because they love President Trump so much, man. It's different this time, y'all. People know it's different. People are sick and tired of being sick and tired, man. It is different. I'm telling you. And the ones that's not supporting, they need to put them Republicans, them the ones we don't need to put their hand behind their back and be held accountable.
We're so glad President Trump, his leadership, his projecting strength from the Oval Office is going to be back in the White House.
So only 20 are boycotting Democrats. And this time, last time it was over 100. You have major organizations giving millions of dollars. You're up to $150 million raised. I don't know what you're going to do with $150 million for the inaugural. What are the first three things you expect to happen? You can tell the American people.
Well, I think President Trump's going to do executive orders on day one to build the wall, executive orders to go back to remain in Mexico, executive orders that'll focus on no releasing migrants who come to the border. You will actually detain them. Executive orders on energy production, regulatory
Day
reform
one, baby.
to
Day
get
one.
our economy moving. Those things we promise the American people. And then, of course, the other thing he's doing that I think is so powerful, and all his nominees have done so well in their confirmation hearings, is he is now selecting people for these key cabinet positions, all cabinet positions, who reflect the attitude that the American people voted for on November 5th. On November 5th, the American people said, we want agencies serving we the people, not being weaponized against the taxpayer, not being weaponized against the American people. That's exactly the attitude.
Send everybody back a refund. That's what I say, Jim. They ought to send everybody back a refund.
With whether it's Pete Hegseth, Kash Patel, Pam Bondi, Todd Blanche, you name it, those are good people. So I sense that is a big difference as well, this administration.
So Tom Homan's been out and about.
Yeah, there's another one. Yeah.
Starting on Monday, we're going to do, they're going to be picking up illegal immigrants, and they're going to start.
Looks like they're going to be in Chicago, if I'm correct, y'all. I think it's going to be in Chicago. We got a video dropping on that. The mayor that went silent. That woke mayor, and they ought to walk him out with his hands behind his damn back. Walk him out with his hands behind his back. That mayor, yeah, I'm serious, man. He done went silent.
Primarily in Chicago.
Yep.
And those people here overstaying their visas or those people that have committed crimes, they're going to be targeted right away. Are you worried about the optics of that?
Well, the left's going to do what the left's going to do. They're going to come after Mr. Homan. They're going to come after President Trump. They did that back in 2017. Remember the whole kids in cages balloon? It turned out those cages weren't really cages, but those detention areas were actually Obama petitions that he'd put up. So they're going to do what they're going to do. But you start with the bad guys who've done crimes, and then you go to the 1.3 million people who've come here seeking asylum. They've been in front of a judge, been in front of a court, and the court has said, you do not qualify under our law, under our asylum law. That's where you start. That's where Tom Homan's going to start. And that makes, I think, total common sense to the American people. And remember, this was issue number one. This was front and center throughout this campaign. And 77 million Americans said, we want a president who's going to follow through and do what he said he would do on that issue.
You know, Mark Zuckerberg was talking a lot about the investigation, and he said, look, if you want to know what my Twitter files exposure was, look at Jim Jordan's report. There it is. Yeah. You saw how we were bullied and we were berated and pummeled by this administration, by the FBI, and that's in there. Well, on the hearings last week, now Senator Adam Schiff thought it was really important to be clear about what you're going to do with Liz Cheney. I want you to take a look at this and tell me if Liz Cheney should be worried. Watch.
Are you aware of any factual basis to investigate Liz Cheney?
Pencil neck.
Senator, that's a hypothetical, and I'm not going to answer that. I'm also worried about Liz Cheney, Senator.
President has.
This still pisses me off. I don't even know how he even had never asked any questions. Pencil neck, a watermelon head. That's what them Patriots call him. Yeah, they gotta walk him out. He done fell asleep on the Senate floor. He done fell asleep. They gotta walk him out with his hands. Wake him up. Wake him up. Come on, sir. A disgrace. You should be ashamed of yourself, Adam. Walk you out with your hands behind your back, sir. God bless Pam Bondi.
You know what we should be worried about?
Ms. Bondi, please answer my questions.
California right now is through the roof. Senator, what I can tell you is I will never play politics. You're trying to engage me in a gotcha. I won't do it. I won't play politics with any ongoing investigation.
So let me ask you another.
Like you did leaking your colleague Devin Nunes's memo. I'm not going to mislead this body nor you. You were censured by Congress, Senator, for comments just like this that are so reckless.
There are so many relevant issues, but they seem obsessed with Liz Cheney is going to be investigated. Are you investigating Liz Cheney at Judiciary?
No, we're going to do a look back. Here's a great example. 26 confidential human sources. We learned from the Inspector General. We're at the Capitol on January 6, 2021. 17 of them went in restricted space. 4 went in the White House. 2 of those 4 went in the White House were tasked to be there by the FBI. We think we need to know more about that. I thought what was interesting about that clip is it almost was like Adam Schiff was, you know how when you're a kid and you maybe done something wrong, you say to your mom and dad, hey, mom, dad, I got a friend who, you know.
Facts.
Adam Schiff wanted to ask about himself. But President Trump is not going to retaliate. Pam Bondi, Todd Blanche, the people are going to run our Kash Patel, they're not going to retaliate. They're going to get the facts. They're going to get the truth. And they're going to make sure the American people understand.
Them Patriots say, go get the facts and go get them. Because we already know the facts. We already know. We already know the facts. Go get them. Go get them. They got to put their hands behind their back, walk them out. Live breaking news on air. Full-blown investigation.
And what took place under Merrick Garland, Joe Biden, like Mark Zuckerberg's company.
He ought to be putting handcuffs too. They got Merrick Garland up there smiling. He come out there smiling and giggling. Giggling and Putin. Smiling. Sir. I ought to walk him out with his hands behind. He needs to be put in handcuffs.
Clean on. The Biden administration told Mark Zuckerberg, we want you to censor. He sent me a letter, said, they told us to do it. We did it. I'm sorry, we won't do it again. And they've now changed their policy, and God bless them. So we're going to get to the bottom of all that
stuff. It's been a disgrace.
That's our job. But this is not about retribution or retaliation.
Jack Smith?
We're going to get to the bottom of some of the things there. One of the lawyers in Jack Smith's investigation, Jay Bratt, told the lawyer representing defendant Walt Nauta, he said, hey, we didn't know you were a Trump guy. I thought you were interested in that judge position. You can't do that kind of stuff. That went on. We have people who've told us about that. So those are the kind of things we want to make sure we get all the facts for the American people, and we're going to do that.
You stuck to the president through the thick and thin. In the beginning, you were a believer, and now he's at his zenith, and I know you're going to be right by his side. It's going to be an exciting 4 years.
He's a good man. He's going to be great for this country.
All right, Congressman, thanks so much. Thanks for giving us some